Hey, everybody. John here again. Welcome back. About 2 weeks ago, I did a video regarding what credit cards I was taking with me to the credit card content creator meetup occurring over Labor Day weekend in New Orleans. And so Labor Day has passed, the meetup happened, and now we are into September. And so in this video, I want to talk about exactly how I booked the entire trip and how I paid for it and the reasons why I did what I did, and also the total amount spent uh, for this trip. And I'm going to be uh, relying on some notes here on the screen. So I apologize for not looking into the camera the entire time. I just don't have the memory capacity to remember every single dollar amount spent. So I apologize if not looking into the camera the entire time is annoying. So just giving you a heads up, and pull up my notes here. And I'm also going to include uh, shots of what I'm talking about money wise so that you can see that what I'm talking about is accurate. So, um, anyway, before we get started, I don't know if I talked about this before or not, but my general philosophy on travel is this: pretty much for anything domestic travel, I'm going to pay cash for, and everything overseas will be points. And the reason being is because I'm a single dude still for now. And so I'm a one income household. So I'm only able to spend so much. I'm only able to work on a welcome offer for a card, here and there, one welcome offer at a time. So I'm at a place in my life where I can spend cash for domestic travel and really it doesn't bother me, and so that I can be strategic with the points that I can and have accumulated to be used for maximum value for travel outside of the US. So, um, for this trip here, with that being said, I paid all cash for, and for everything in total, I spent $1,616.93 total. So again, $1,616.93. So how that breaks down is, first of all, I booked the Waldorf Astoria Roosevelt Hotel in downtown New Orleans. Um, I was booking this via the FHR site within my American Express portal. Because I was wanting to, of course, utilize and take advantage of the $200 FHR credit. I wasn't sure exactly what to expect with this property. I figured Waldorf Astoria, Roosevelt, as beautiful as the hotel looked, I thought this was going to be $500 a night, honestly, if not more. Um, when I got onto the site and looked, I was pleasantly surprised that the room I was looking at, which is the King Suite, was like 220 a night, somewhere in there. And I was shocked that it was only $220 a night. And then at that time I booked, there was also a 15% discount as well for booking during that time frame. So I saved even a little bit more. I think it was like 210 or something like that. Don't remember exactly now, but I was floored by how cheap it was. So for 3 nights, I was there from the 29th through the 1st. I paid $695.40 charged to my American Express Platinum card, but with the $200 FHR credit that was applied, I ended up paying out of pocket $495.40 for those 3 nights, which I thought was a steal of a deal for that property. So that just an amazing property. Now for my flight, I flew first class to and from New Orleans via Delta Airlines. As you all know, I'm a Delta fanboy. I flew through Atlanta. I flew through Atlanta specifically, well, because it made the most sense as far as geographic and direction wise, but also I wanted to check out uh, the Centurion Lounge in Atlanta, and so flying through there obviously made the most sense. So I flew first class both ways for that 687.94 total, which to me is a great price. Had no problem paying cash for that. Actually, I think I paid half of it with an e-cert that I had, or my Delta Travel Bank, if you will, and the other half of it I paid with cash. So yeah, that was a really great flying experience. I love Delta. The Centurion Lounge was awesome. Had some really good food there for breakfast and lunch. I happened to hit there right around the time they were getting ready to switch from breakfast to lunch. So I had a plate full of breakfast and a plate full of lunch. So yeah, and had a couple of really nice glasses of whiskey too as well in their whiskey bar. So it was a really pleasant experience. And actually, on this trip, I had a total of 4 lounge visits. So when I left from Kansas City, I visited our Sky Club here in our brand new lounge, or in our brand new terminal, I should say. And the Sky Club visit there was really good. Had a really light breakfast and some orange juice and water. Really great food. Excellent lounge. Then obviously the Centurion Lounge visit, and then on my way back home, I visited the Sky Club at New Orleans Airport. It's a very nice uh, Sky Club too. It's a little bit smaller than the one here, quite a bit smaller than the one here, but still very nice. And the breakfast was excellent. And then I also visited the Centurion Lounge again in Atlanta, coming back home to Kansas City. So a total of 4 lounge visits. So um, getting excellent value from my American Express Platinum card. And I did not get a rental car at all in New Orleans. So I basically I I Ubered everywhere. I Ubered to the airport here in Kansas City. Then when I landed in New Orleans, I Ubered to the Roosevelt Hotel. And then when I left New Orleans, obviously I took an Uber from my hotel to the New Orleans airport. And then also when I got home, I Ubered from the airport to home. So my total out of pocket cost for all of my Ubering over the entire weekend was $75.16. Yes, you heard me right. $75.16. I know you all are going, how in the hell were you able to pull that off? That's not much. So the timing of this trip to New Orleans was perfect as far as credits go. So as you all know, I have the platinum card from American Express. I have the gold card from American Express. Those 2 cards combined to give you $25 in Uber credits. I also have the Delta Platinum card as well, which gives you a $10 credit when using a rideshare service. So on the 29th, when I was leaving from home, going to New Orleans, I took an Uber to the airport here. My default payment card is my Delta Platinum card. I hadn't used any of my Uber credits yet, so I scooped up all those Uber credits in one shot to uh, pay for the most of the travel to the airport here. Um, while in New Orleans, I only paid about $45 out of pocket total, and so this is how, or this is why. So um, I also have the US Bank Business Altitude Connect card. A benefit of that card is it gives you a quarterly credit of $25 if you take a ride share each month. And if you do so, it'll give you a $25 credit. So basically, it gives you if you take a ride share every quarter or every month, you get $100 credit over the year, but it's in $25 increments. So top that with um, I also had on the card at the time a $105 credit on the card. So I had $105 to play with on that card due to a recent refund I had of something I had returned. So I was basically playing with house money on that card. So all of my Uber rides in New Orleans, which were a couple of times going to different restaurants, whatnot, going to and from the airport, were all put on that US Bank Business Altitude Connect card. And so I basically used up that entire $105 credit on there. And then the actual charges that I owe on the card now are about $45 right now. So that's how I really kept my expenses down with the Uber. And then on the way home, um, from the airport here at home, back home to my house here, it was on September 1st. So the Uber credits and the $10 rideshare credit on the Delta Platinum card had reset because it was September 1st. So I Ubered back home and scooped up and used all those credits. So because of all of those reasons, that's why my Uber bill, quote unquote, that my total spend was $75.16 in total. So there's that spend. Um, Also, to my all of my dining that I had outside of eating at the Waldorf Astoria Roosevelt Hotel, my total dining spend was $122.34. And that basically totaled from three restaurants. Um, there was a two charges to my gold card, obviously, and I actually was with several of the creators, like Sledge and Joe and Key and Tasha and whatnot. And they actually, when we were all having lunch one day, they actually put it all on one bill. And Key of Kiki's Adventures was going to just pay for it with her card. So $20 of that 122.34 was I just Venmoed her $20. So, but total non Waldorf Astoria dining was 122.34. And then I had miscellaneous charges of $11.38. And basically what that was a couple of bottles of water. Did like a ghost tour one afternoon, so I grabbed a bottle of water for that tour because it was very hot in New Orleans and very muggy. So I wanted to have a bottle of water with me. I also had another bottle of water for just one day of walking around and whatnot. And I also needed to grab a small bottle of hand sanitizer uh, to take with me on the flight back home because I had run out of sanitizer on the way down. I always have a little small bottle of sanitizer in my backpack when I'm traveling. I made hand sanitizer popular before COVID did. So I've always had it on me for quite a long time. So those $11.38 miscellaneous charge was for those things. And then last but not least is the final charge I had for my stay at the Waldorf Astoria. And so the final charge for the Waldorf was, and this is like just all the incidentals. So like if I spent over my dining credit, if uh, I had a spa visit, I got they have a spa on site. I decided to treat myself and get myself a massage, and I booked a 90 minute massage for Friday morning there, and it was a little pricey, but it was really good. And if you are ever staying at the Waldorf and you want to go to the spa and get a massage, ask for Jeannie. Jeannie is a-okay. It was a fantastic experience. And so after all of the miscellaneous charges and whatnot were applied, I actually had a final print off where, um, as you can see here, uh, they actually said my final charges were 267.88 after it was all said and done with the FHR stay credit of $100 applied and whatnot, and the daily food and beverage credit as well. But the bulk of those charges was the massage because the massage was expensive. As you can see right there, the total charge was $311.85. That included, of course, gratuity as well. It was just a fantastic experience. So yeah, so they billed me for $267.88. However, I actually ended up only being charged $224.71 to my card. So um, and so that's it. That breakdown is all of the charges I had for my experience. So yeah, so I paid all cash, as stated before, and the reasons why I paid all cash. And I for this trip I paid a total of $1,616.93. And if you technically take out the $300 e-cert from Delta that I had in my Delta bank, I actually paid 1316.93. So, but anyway, 1616.93 is what I paid. Um, I want to hear what you all think about everything. Um, Please leave your comments in the comment section below. I want to know what you all think about this. I don't know if this was like too much information, if this is like too nitty gritty and too much. Please tell me. Uh, in future videos like this, I will tone it down a little bit. If this wasn't enough information, if you want me to really dig in, please let me know there too. Or if this was just right, let me know as well. I look forward to the conversation in the comment section below. And as you're commenting in the comment section below, please hit the like and subscribe button. I am marching toward 500 subscribers for my channel. I think I'm at like 429 right now. Um, I really appreciate your support. You clicking like and clicking subscribe means a lot to me. You taking the time to watch my content means a lot. You have no idea. And if you could take 2 extra seconds and click on like and subscribe, it helps me and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything but a couple seconds of time. And so that's it. And all I have for you now is my usual message, which is please be good to each other. And until next time, bye for now.